With a check of your forecast, I'm meteorologist Alyssa Heilman, and starting with a look at our snow depth as we are across the entirety of the United States, starting out by zooming in on portions of the Great Lakes as well as the Northeast and seeing the heaviest of that snow depth definitely into portions of the Northeast. That includes upstate New York into Vermont, New Hampshire, as well as Maine there, where you can see some of that bright pink, and that bright pink meaning that they're about 1.5 feet of that snow depth around isolated areas, getting into that lighter pink, which would be around 2 feet of snow. Pushing further west where we're getting into the mountainous areas, of course, also seeing some of that dark pink and that light pink, even some isolated areas getting that bright white in our mountainous regions where that snow depth, of course, is going to be higher. Now, looking at an estimate of the snowfall as we head throughout this week, starting 7 a.m. for your Tuesday, and most of that snowfall, or the entirety of that snowfall, really associated over the next week with our Great Lakes and the northern portions, the Midwest regions into the Northeast for what you can expect with snow throughout this work week. Looking at specifically the Great Lakes as we head throughout Friday, well, the concern is a couple systems are going to move through, but really the bigger impact is the lake effect snowfall that will follow behind that. You can see along some of the southern portions of our Great Lakes, well, that darker purple, which is around 12 inches, right around 1 foot of that snowfall possible. Precipitation outlook January 19th to the 25th, really showing nothing impressive other than wetter than normal for much of the north. And then that same time period temperature outlook splitting the U.S. in half, basically in those southwestern areas, seeing warmer than normal, while much of our north and our northeast slightly cooler than average for that time period. Stoneville, North Carolina, high of 57, low of 34. Livermore, Iowa, high of 51, low of 21. And Galen, Michigan, high of 45, low of 36.